Guess who's back? It's your boy Art, my sidekick Blow. We got a special guest on tonight, Trav. Welcome back to the show, Trav.
What's up? What's going
All
on?
right. All right, we got a hot topic on tonight. We want everybody to join in. You know, our topic for tonight is first of all, is this assassination real or fake?
Yeah, was it staged?
Was it staged or not? We got a lot of people talking about this assassination was staged and this somebody got killed, right? Okay.
A couple people got killed. More people can die.
Yeah, absolutely. And the second part of the show is going to be this Project 2025 versus Agenda 47. We're going to break it down. We're going to see what we got going on here tonight. We thank everybody for joining in. Like and share the page. Make your comments. You know how we do it. Throw your cash outs up, and we about to get it popping.
You already know it's time to tell the truth. Give us a call, 704-449-6563. Again, 704-449-6563. Share, highlight, follow us. Do whatever you got to do to get this thing out there. It's time to tell the truth. If you share the video, we'll get you a cash app. You know how it goes.
Absolutely. Now, we're about to get this thing going. The first thing we're going to get into are Blow and Trav. Does this thing, I'll start with you, Blow. Does this thing look staged to you? And why or why not?
Well, it's a lot of factors. I would like to think in my mind, if I'm going to do something like this and stage it, I'm going to get shot at a spot. What I mean by at a spot, had he walked out and stood in a certain spot and been looking around or not been articulating nothing. You know, it just seemed like, you know, he was a little too comfortable to know somebody about to shoot at him. Absolutely. He just talking, he kind of free spirited, just rambling on for a shot to be coming at him that he know coming at him.
Absolutely. and ain't nobody gonna let no bullet come at him like that. I'm not taking no chance. No bullet. No. We ain't gonna do that.
No, ain't no way in the world.
You
hit me in the eye, hit me in the neck, anyone no. You ain't shooting at me, no, not for no votes.
Right. What about you, Trav? What do you think about that?
Of course it's not. Look at the people who are saying it. These are the people who didn't like him to begin with. Now they're looking for even more of a reason to discredit what's happening. I mean, it's ridiculous how it's going on. The hate for him has been there for so long. It was there from 2016 on, actually before that a little bit. But this couldn't have been staged because you don't put your life in the hands of anybody else, especially with the Republican convention coming up next week. We know the type of ego that Trump has. His ego even isn't as big to put him in a spot like that to where this is something that he's leading into the Republican convention with. Someone died, like Blow said, someone died. They died horribly. Their wife was right there when he had passed away. There was a doctor on the premise when it had happened. He tried to assist him. He talked about his head getting shot off, pretty much his brain matter out there. That's no game. That was a real attempt at trying to kill Donald Trump. And they better be glad it didn't happen because today would be a civil war. I mean,
today will be a civil war. People don't even know it. People will be getting shot up and killed for no reason.
Yeah,
innocent people will die.
Right, absolutely. Now I feel the same way y'all feel. Nothing is staged about that. They caught the bullet in a freeze frame. I sent it to you, Blow, and I sent it out. We'll probably post it out on the page later on. You can see the bullet whizzing by. Nobody takes a chance on moving with somebody shooting from 150 yards away. Okay, the wind factors into everything. Huh? Yeah, the wind factors into all of this stuff, man. And the wind can shift that bullet this way and that way, depending on how it's blowing. So ain't no way this is possible can be staged. I'm telling you, nobody takes a chance on their life like that. Nobody.
Well, so before we go any further, what we gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the video and we just go get into it. Here we go.
It's right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
So I don't think nobody can look at that clip and think that that is staged. I mean, absolutely not. You know, that is devastating. We see you, Chef Florida boy. We see you, Sarah. We see y'all out there.
Well,
Thank you
yeah, boy,
for
they sure
joining in.
did try to take him out. They almost got him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you hear
Yeah,
the screaming in the background. From what I understand, that was the woman whose husband was killed when he had gotten shot. She was screaming. That was a different scream than any other scream you heard out there during the entire ordeal. Her scream, that blood-curdling scream that can only come from something that terrifying going on with her husband.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So when we look at that and we got all these people out here saying, oh, that looks staged to me, that looks staged. Have you really looked at that?
I don't think you looked at that because when he
Yeah.
reached up, he had
He
fear
didn't
on
know.
his face.
Yeah.
He had fear on his face. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
you know,
boy.
something hit me.
Something hit me.
Yeah, yeah. And a bullet traveling that far, sound comes right after the bullet.
Yeah.
Basically. It's
Yep, the
traveling
bullet's going
faster than the
faster
speed
than
of sound. Huh?
Yeah, the bullet's going faster than the speed of sound. And then Donald
Absolutely.
Trump now says that he heard the bullet whiz on by. And of course, you know, it's going so fast, you feel that sting. It doesn't necessarily feel like a bullet until like it's too late. He's already bleeding, and then the Secret Service finally decides to do their job.
He said, let's rewatch it.
Yeah.
And the Academy Award goes to, well, I mean, that's your opinion on it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you just letting nobody shoot no rifle
No,
at you. Just,
not for no distance like that. You ain't trusting nobody with no rifle.
Nah, ain't nobody shooting at me.
Yeah.
And to be mid-sentence, I mean, to be honest, if it was staged, he deserves an Academy Award.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If that's
I'll tell you
a
what,
To
stage,
be mid-sentence and just talking like that going on, like I say, now had he walked off, it seemed like he was having a thinking moment or something, and it went off. I could give you a little something in there,
right.
but just rambling on mid-sentence, no, I don't. No, I don't see that. Not him and Mike Tyson have the same ear. That's what it looked like.
But you look at, you know what, you listen to the people who were saying that it didn't happen or that it's staged. These are the same people that if the same thing happened to Obama, they would swear to the damn 10th degree that it was legitimate. So you can't take those people serious. They're deliberately being ignorant, or they're just trolling because they don't have the capacity to really look at something and analyze it.
I'm gonna tell you something, Trav. Me and Art, we had an episode on Time to Tell the Truth probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and it was called Everything is Becoming Predictable, right? And probably like I was looking for it all day, but probably about 4 episodes ago, me and Art was talking right here on this very platform, and Art said these exact words. Blow, they done tried to impeach him twice. Yeah. They done got all these 3 different charges they trying to pin him with. Ain't nothing sticking to stop him from running for president. What else can they do? And I said, I don't know, Art, what else can they do? And Art looked right at me on this platform and said, they are going to try to kill him.
Absolutely. And that was
Austin said the same thing. Crazy.
He said it. He said, Art said
I said that right here on this show a few weeks back because I knew that they was going to try to do, they can't do nothing else. How you impeach a man twice, try to get him on everything you can get him on, and it don't work. Listen, let me tell y'all something out there today. This is facts right here. You can believe it if you want. If you don't, you don't have to. This stuff, what we're witnessing today, is all spiritual. I'm telling you right now, it's spiritual. This stuff is spiritual. When you have a man get up on Easter Sunday, okay, the day that Christians proclaim that Jesus Christ rose from the dead, and you get somebody like Joe Biden come and they say this, we're going to have this day as Trans Visibility Day, that's blaspheming, brother. I'm trying to tell you, this thing is bigger than what you think. That is the Antichrist at work. Every preacher out there, if you can't see that this is the Antichrist at work, you need to step away from the pulpit. I'm telling you, because your eyes are blinded. And it did say even the elite eyes would be blinded. Even the top people that in the field, in the Bible, would be blinded. These are facts, man. This thing is not just about Republicans and Democrats. It's bigger than that. You got to be able to expand your mind and get outside the realm of what's really going on. All this stuff is coming to fruition. I'm telling you, man, this thing is real spiritual. It's spiritual in itself. You don't desecrate nothing like that. That's sacred. God will have his say. I'm telling you, and he don't wait long to do it. I'm telling you, I done seen it happen over and over. They tried to kill this man, but it ain't happened. Why it didn't happen? Trump said it himself, because God didn't see fit for it to happen. That's why that didn't happen. I'm telling you, they done tried everything. Who do you know that they tried everything on, man, and it just don't work?
Nope.
All the lies, all the scandals, all this, that, and the other. People wake the hell up out there. I'm telling you, man, this thing is bigger than you. How can you just be hating on somebody and wishing somebody die? What type of person are you? I'm just saying, man, let that sink in. What kind of person it is that you would sacrifice all your morals because you want to see somebody dead? Where you get that from?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, come on, man. Somebody has put something in your mind.
And the last straw might have been the way Joe Biden did look in the debate. That was the final straw because there's not anything he can do to come back from what he is.
Yeah, exactly. That was the final straw. I said that this morning. Right. I said that this morning. That was the final straw. When everybody woke up the next morning and seeing Trump numbers go up after that, yeah, man, that was it.
Yeah,
that was it.
He's being too stubborn to leave because he's so power hungry. In fact, I think it's Jill who's more power hungry. He won't leave the way they want him to. You have Obama and Pelosi in the background, in the back set, looking to bring up the next person, but he will not leave. And there isn't anything in the Constitution that would make him leave in order for him to get out in time. And you know what? And time is winding down. We have the Republican convention this month, which starts tomorrow, and we have the Democratic convention next month. They can't just bring up a new person now. Can they have a new nominee? I don't know about that. I know if I looked into that, but can they have a new nominee and not the guy who's the incumbent? That's never happened. But we've seen those types of super PACs happen in the past. So it would not be a surprise to me if they tried to pull something like that off. But who are they going to really put up there that's going to be able to have that momentum and put that money behind for them to have those very few months afterwards to get to the election day in November? There just isn't time. Time is not on their side. Especially at the end. It's definitely not on their side. Everybody's voting for Trump.
Well, and they got another problem. They got more problems than that. The other problem is they got Kamala. You can't just skip over her. Why? Because Biden decided to put a black woman on his campaign. And he didn't pick the best one he could have. Now nobody likes her because she ain't doing nothing.
Look, this is the same woman who did not even get out of her preliminaries of her own primary. She was out before Booker. You know, Booker was in it for a while, even after she had left. No one supported her, especially black women. They didn't do their support. No black people supported her. She did not make it into, I think, even January of the primaries. But yet, that shows the lack of support, first of all. But then when Joe decides to make her the vice presidential candidate, now all of a sudden these phonies are falling in love with her. Everybody's black sister power magic and all that other nonsense they go by with their phony narratives, acting like it really meant something when it really doesn't. She's not capable of carrying the presidency because she's done a terrible job as the vice president. The borders are alone should disqualify her.
Right. Exactly. Absolutely. Not only to me, she was disqualified before she ever stepped foot up there. Let me tell you something.
But because she was an affirmative action DEI hire, they could have used Stacey Abrams. Guess what? Call spade a spade. She was too fat. It's all about image a lot of times. She was too freaking fat, Stacey Abrams. Right. She would have done a better job, probably not as disastrous, but this level to this disaster. But she would have been a better candidate, especially when it comes down to debating and somewhat of image when you listen to what they're saying.
Well, a lot of people don't understand Kamala Harris when she was out there in California and she withheld evidence on a guy that had a life sentence.
Yeah.
You know, to me, when you do something like that, your lack of care about a man's life, you holding evidence back that could free this man, knowing this man was not guilty, and you put him in there for a life sentence, says a lot about who you are. You could care less about. To me, that ain't nothing but a piece of trash. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It's a piece of trash that would put a man in prison for a life sentence, knowing that he don't supposed to be there, and you withhold the evidence to keep a man in there. And somebody gonna tell me, "Oh, you talking about our black queen?" What the hell kind of black queen do something like that? A black queen will hold a man in prison. And if for everybody that says that you like her, you should have been the one she locked their ass up. You should have been the one that got locked up for a life sentence. And tell me how much of a black queen she would be at that point.
He's trolling, looking for attention. Yeah. That's the only way he can go about doing this conversation. There's no way he means what he's saying. Because this is the same chick before she was announced as vice presidential candidate, or even before the presidential candidate in the primaries. She wasn't even interested in being black. She was telling you how many times and how much she was Indian instead. She wasn't talking about how black she was.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, she was force-fed into the position because Joe pigeonholed himself because he just eliminated almost anything that was qualified or close to being qualified in the name of diversity, which is BS to begin
that's
with.
it.
That's
That's
it.
a token piece, a pacifier.
Right.
That's all
That's
that
it.
is. We had somebody leave a comment on the page and it said COVID, January 6th, phony impeachment, fake felony convictions. Those were all staged for political gain. One side has nothing but staged events, and it's the side that loves to blame the other for doing exactly what they do.
Absolutely. That's what's going on.
That's it. Oh, it's going to be a dictatorship. But
You the dictator now. I don't know how many people sit back and holler about a dictator, and you get told what to put in your body. If you don't put it in there, you lose your job.
Yep.
You lose your medical, you
Even
lose
the military.
Medicaid and all of that.
They
Man,
kick
that's
soldiers out-
dictatorship, man.
They kick soldiers out the military.
Out the military. And you're going to tell me you know what a dictator is? For anybody telling me about Trump is going to be a freaking dictator, have you looked at what went on out here and going on? Your freedom of speech is gone. You can't say what you want to say. Man, come on, man. I don't know how blind people can still be at this point.
I don't know how you can take these people serious for real when it comes down to anything that's been said, because they're trying to act now as if Trump hasn't been president before. We've already seen what he can do. And we saw what he can do after the previous people claimed how much of a dictator he would be, how much of a tyrant he would be, how much of a warmonger he would be. And he didn't do any of that. He did nothing but make the economy better. He made circumstance better. You had all these outside outliers doing nonsense that made things a little bit more vicious, a little bit more vicious.
Exactly, because the media didn't do nothing but just pour gas on COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, they used COVID. I mean, you would think we didn't have a lockdown. Because no matter what, we did have a lockdown.
Absolutely.
Everybody act like he just kept us from locking down. We still locked down. That didn't say people still died.
And guess who suffered the most? The children.
Yep.
You locked them down, they didn't learn a blame thing.
Nope.
Right now, none of them read right.
Nope. And then a lot of them came out of getting free passes out of grades just to go back to school, and then reality hit them because now they can't get nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
They stuck where they at now.
Yep. They don't know nothing. The thing is crazy, man.
This is Project 25.
Yeah, the show was originally about Project 2025, okay, versus Agenda 47, which is Trump's real agenda. Everybody's been talking for the last 2-3 weeks about this Project 2025. I don't know if y'all understand that's been hyped up. That's a right-wing conservative think tank group. Okay, they just go in there and do something just because they're conservative. Trump has not endorsed them. He has not endorsed anything on there. He said some of the points might be okay, which they are, okay, but we're going to break it down. We're going to see what's in it. We're going to talk about it tonight.
Yeah, it was brought up by the Heritage Foundation, which are staunch conservatives, but they do follow the conservative ideal. I don't see too much wrong with it across the board, man. I mean, it does kind of, it helps the economy. It helps pretty much our entire society as it comes down to it. So I think
the only thing that they're really scared of with it, they're allowing the Democratic Party to try to make it seem like he won't be able to be removed out of office once he goes in. It'll be more like because I heard Joyce say that it'll be kind of like the Queen in England type of thing.
Yeah,
where the Constitution won't allow that anyway. So these are
checks and balances don't allow it.
Exactly, and it's definitely something that's going to have to go through courts and all that type of stuff.
Oh man, Congress and all that. It's too many checks and balances for that to happen. Our system not set up like that, but they won't tell these people that. They would tell them, oh, they would scare them half to death, and that's what got us in the COVID mess. That's what got most of the people, especially black people, in trouble with the COVID thing because they scared them to death. I done told you on this show before, they either scare you to death, that's the one way that they get you, or they get you upset and angry. That's the other way they get you. And that's what they want. George Floyd, they got you upset and angry. Okay, in COVID, they scared you half to death. We the most scaredest people out here.
But wish somebody would. But always wish somebody would.
Yeah, and we'll do everything, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you what, man, we have so much information available to us today. How can you remain ignorant? You have to be willingly and willfully ignorant to be able to follow what's going on today. Too much information out there.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
In the past few days, we've had viewers asking us about something called Project 2025. It's a plan that could dramatically change the United States government if it's enacted.
12 News journalist William Pitts is breaking down what it would do and where Project 2025 came from. What is Project 2025? Basically, it's a 900-page plan to overhaul the U.S. government for the next Republican president. It was developed by the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank. It has 4 areas: policy, personnel, training, and a playbook for the first 180 days to be written later. Now, policy is not exactly that surprising, though it definitely does come down on the hard right side of things. It's a conservative wish list. It deals with immigration, building a border wall. It does not ban abortion, but it does call for taking mifepristone off the market. It calls for a stronger military, but also removing diversity initiatives from the Pentagon and reinstating service members who were kicked out for not getting vaccinated against COVID. And it aims to defeat what it calls the woke agenda. Personnel is where the big changes come in. Project 2025 would reclassify as many as 50,000 federal workers as political appointees who could all be fired on Inauguration Day. The plan is to train what the plan calls an army of loyal conservatives to take their place, and it creates a presidential personnel database of approved people. And there's a training program for prospective political appointees. It's free, and most classes are between 30 and 90 minutes, aiming to educate people on how to be government employees. So who's behind Project 2025? The conservative Heritage Foundation lists 3 people as in charge of the project. All 3 are former Trump administration officials, and some of the authors of the document are also Trump officials. Christopher Miller, Trump's Secretary of Defense on January 6th, Ken Cuccinelli, who was the head of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, Peter Navarro, a former Trump official who's now in jail for contempt of Congress. But Trump says this about it: I know nothing about Project 2025. I have no idea who's behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. Anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them. President Biden has made this a big issue the last few days, saying he's trying to hide his connections to his allies' extreme Project 2025 agenda. The only problem, it was written for him by those closest to him. Project 2025 should scare every single American. But remember, this is only a plan drawn up by a think tank. It's not a law, it's not a bill, it's not even an official Republican Party plan. And if most of this was put into effect, it would definitely face a lot of legal challenges almost immediately. William Pitts.
I'm glad that's out in the open. You know, some of this stuff would definitely not be there. You got Trump's word on it. He don't know nothing about that. And a lot of the stuff is abysmal, but it's a lot of good stuff. But, you know, you wish him luck, you know. And that's crazy.
Well, Fred, hey, I'm gonna ask you 2 quick. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. You was in the military, and I know good and well you ain't gonna let nobody shoot at you. Yeah. I know good and well.
Exactly, for no reason.
You're not for no stage, nothing.
Yeah.
Nope.
If you get hit by a piece of your ear, it's going to be missing. Man, he got a chunk out his ear.
Sure do.
Yeah, bullshit somewhere else.
Yeah.
Hey, but you already know, don't nobody like the man. They done tried everything else. Why not try to kill him?
Oh, that was.
I mean, that's just common sense. You got to think about it.
Man.
They done tried to impeach the man twice. They done had the man in all kind of court hearings, everything to keep him from running. And Here we go. They can't stop it.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, man, come on, man. The thing has got crazy. You see the agenda. You see the agenda. That's a think tank. We're going to show you Trump's real agenda. We're going to give you what Trump's real agenda is about. See, when the media comes out, when the Democratic Party comes out and throw all this stuff, I guess you know who owns the media. I mean, most of y'all have no idea who owns what and who does what around here. But let me tell you something, man. The media is the biggest facilitator of lies there are. They use them. And guess who used them? The CIA. I told you the CIA ain't no earthly good. The DOJ, the FBI, all that trash need to be cut down from the top down. And those people ain't no earthly good.
Then we got people come on here and say we one-sided, they one-sided, because you can't tell me that nobody that's reported on Project 2025 don't know nothing about Agenda 47.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody talking about Agenda 47, but everybody talking about Project 2025. And the man clearly out his mouth saying, I endorse Agenda 47, and I don't know nothing about Project 2025, but you just go out there and say Project 2025 Trump. Project 2025 Trump.
People you're dealing with, once again, consider the source, the people who you're talking to, the people who come with these BS allegations and even talking about how fake this is. They don't want to be told anything different. These are the people who are following like robots against all of this liberal nonsense. They're consumed with hate. In one breath, they can tell you how much they hate Trump and tell you how he's the most hated guy in like the last 25, maybe even 50 years. But now they can't believe that he was shot at. You know, it doesn't even make sense.
That don't
Yeah.
even make sense.
Right.
You don't like them. I done seen so many people say, "Oh, they had the wrong person shoot at them."
Yeah.
But then you saying it's fake. Well, okay, so you will shoot at them, but ain't nobody else gonna do it.
Exactly. And these are people who are really we're in the age where you're talking about volatility.
That don't make no sense. And you're right. You know how many people said that yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, they had the wrong person to try to shoot them.
Yeah.
They had the wrong shooter.
Exactly.
But that was on the stage. You will shoot at them, but won't nobody else do it.
Right.
There's that much hatred out there. And we've seen in the past how so many of these people worked with their hatred. We've seen how these things have happened. What about the softball game, which happened? What happened to Gavin Shit got shot? People who are that upset and that pissed off. And right now, there's like a crescendo of hate when it comes down to politics or anything else socially. DEI and all this other nonsense. People are so fed up and pissed off. And then we talk about mental illness. But now this can't be a case of mental illness either if it was. Then you get up, act like this is not a possibility that someone can come in with that type of agenda that angrily and kill him or try to kill him. Lee Harvey Oswald, whether it was a conspiracy or not, he was one of those guys back in '63. Fast forward to now, this is what you're going through now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Can't keep up. Well, yeah, that's it. That's it. And by this time, man, and people don't realize, man, how bad it would have been if Trump would have died yesterday.
Yep,
it would have been bad. I mean, it would have been bad. It would have been terrible.
Absolutely.
It would have been terrible.
Not only terrible for everybody, terrible for this country. Man, if we allow these people to continue on with the agenda they got, with the open borders, with all this pedophilia, with all of this men and women sport, all these wars, we're gonna be in World War III in a minute if we ain't careful, and that's not good. I mean, man, people I don't understand why people are not waking up at this point. I get it; it takes you a minute.
It's by choice,
huh? It's by choice.
They're choosing not to know what's going on. They've been so indoctrinated to either believe that they are victims or to believe that they can't do anything, to the point to where, they're not doing anything. And when they do something, it's counterproductive to what needs to get done. And that's why we're right now. You have the faction of people who have a direction, and you have these other misled people who are running their lives because of their feelings, forget everything else. They're on the other side. If a civil war were to happen, you're going to have the people who are sensible and have the guns and people who are willing to fight. And then you're going to have the other people who are self-proclaimed victims, not know which damn bathroom they want to go to. Guess who's going to freaking win?
Yeah. Well, my thing is, me and Blow sat here during COVID and told those people that thing wasn't worth nothing. We told all the people that. They refused to believe what me and Blow was saying. I mean, my thing is this. You'll take and go with what these people are telling you without even blinking an eye. Me and Blow, me and Blow. We sitting here telling you, all you got to do is go read something, and you won't do it.
But this is for the life of me. You'll listen to everything they say, but then you won't listen to everything they say. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. So you'll listen to somebody to tell you, everybody need to go get the thing in their body, right?
Right.
But you won't listen to the same exact person telling you 98.5% of the people that get it are okay.
Yeah.
So for the life of me, I don't understand. You get mad at me because I don't want to roll with the 98%.
Right.
So you telling me if 1 out of 100 will die, the 99 should get it and the 1 shouldn't. I don't get it.
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
Yeah.
I think we need to figure out if you fall in the classification for the ones that need it and get it.
Well, I'm like Travis, indoctrination. You've been indoctrinated. You don't even know it.
Ignorance.
I was indoctrinated. You think I always been able to see this? No,
me either.
It wasn't until a few years back that I was able to even start to see what was actually going on, man.
The point I just made was just a whole hypocrisy. That's what it's all about. That's what it boiled down to. Y'all are being hypocrites. Y'all will say, I kill him, I shoot him, I should have done it. Oh, why wasn't it me to take the shot? But now, the shot wasn't real. It was fake. It was fake.
Yeah.
You're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
You can't say you would do it, but the person that did it didn't do it. It was staged.
Yeah.
Come on, that don't make sense.
Yeah, but you would have did it.
But don't nobody else feel like you.
Exactly.
Come on, man. This man whole life in the middle of thinking, man, the last thing on his mind is a shot coming towards his head.
Right. That's crazy.
Come
Yeah,
on now. I
consider
would have
this
had
a-
that would have been in the back of my mind somewhere.
Well, I don't know no person that would allow nobody to shoot at them. I'm gonna tell you this, especially not a former president or a president or one trying to be one. That's what I'm talking about.
Suge Knight and Tupac.
Yeah, this is crazy, man.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's ridiculous. Now we're gonna go into agenda 47. Let you see the real agenda. We'll play some of this stuff back for the people that joined in late, but we getting ready to show you the real agenda. Pay attention. This is for people that don't listen to but one side of a story. You're gonna get the other side today.
Exactly. Here we go.
I ran across this video here on X. You guys have to see this. This is an outstanding Trump ad discussing Agenda 47. Let's go.
I was told on my live this morning that I need to go read Agenda 47 because I stated that Trump does not endorse Project 2025, but Agenda 47 is a Cliff Notes version. So I went and I read it. First,
sad part about it is most people have no idea what they're talking about. The mainstream media, and I'm going to let her go, the mainstream media, again, fear-mongering people with Project 2025. I've had a chance to go through it. I did a video on it. If you haven't seen that already, check it out just so you guys get a chance to see what Project 2025 is. And a lot of it, I appreciate it.
first up, ending homelessness in veterans, which will be taking the funding away from the housing for the immigrants that are coming in illegally over our border and putting that funding into housing for our homeless veterans. Also giving funding to the VA. Ending the war in Ukraine on day one. Newsflash, Putin, about a week ago, said that he would be okay with this. It talks about lessening low-income housing and using that money to help Americans who want to purchase homes. Instead of putting that money into rentals and low-income housing, it would put together programs so you can be in the best financial position to purchase a home. Hiring 100 new prosecutors and firing the ones that George Soros hired. Ending the source of drug addiction in America and funding better programs for people who are addicted to drugs. That funding would also come from the housing that is for the illegal immigrants crossing our border. If you come over to the United States illegally right now, but give birth to a child in the United States, that child is automatically a U.S. citizen. This is going to stop that from happening. The rise in childhood chronic illnesses, we are going to start incentivizing looking for the root cause of those illnesses instead of just shelling out the medication to these children, not just putting a Band-Aid on it and calling it a day. Building the military.
Like it.
And giving monetary incentives to join the military, but also changing the way that the military does things, reconstructing the military, returning jobs back to the United States that are currently being done overseas so that we can further an economic boom. If you are caught human trafficking or drug trafficking and you are convicted, you could get the penalty.
Who was upset with that? What we do know is human trafficking is running rampant right now in our nation, and most Americans have no idea that it's happening.
Using gas cars instead of electric cars, making America energy independent again. Drill, baby, drill.
I like it.
People that homeschool will get a check from the government every month, just like the public school system does. Taking that funding from the Department of Education and putting it back in the hands of the parents, giving the parents back that power, and also holding teachers and faculty accountable for talking about their sexual preferences or the sexual preferences of a child, setting children up for success before they graduate, and stopping welfare for the people who are coming into this country illegally. Where's the problem with all of that? I don't really know, but I read it. Those are some of the key points. If y'all want to go and read it for yourselves, please do. Stop listening to the media. Have a nice day.
You know, absolutely. That's what I said. The media is the #1 source of bad information. When people finally start to figure this out, man, they can start to thrive out here. You got to dismiss that trash that they putting out to you. I don't know. The first thing, wonder where they get that look staged from. Maybe the media. the CIA will leak it to the media and the media leak it out. That's the way that works.
Yeah.
We educating some of y'all out here today.
Man, it just don't make no sense. I still can't get past the point of ain't nobody shooting at me. I don't care nothing about it. Ain't nobody shooting at me. And I think if it was staged, it would have looked a little bit staged. I don't see Trump putting up that good of an act. To be honest, you know, I don't see him. No, I don't think he could have pulled that off.
It's one thing that don't act, and that's a bullet. Once it leaves, you got no control. The wind factors into anything that long. If you know anything about shooting a gun or a rifle, the wind can move that bullet over 1/8 of an inch or better, just depending on the wind coming from that far. So nobody's going to take a chance on nobody shooting at them from that distance, talking about it's staged. Man,
And
come on, man.
Projectile.
Huh?
Yeah, you can see the projectile go by his head, and that still shot that they had caught. That was
Right.
a legitimate bullet, and it had gone into the audience apparently. But yeah, no one's going to be out there getting caught or trying to stage something. But these are people who are looking for reasons just to continue doing what they've been doing.
These people that shoot at him himself.
Right.
We dealing with the Hippocratic Party, man. They just a whole bunch of hypocrites. You call out people for doing the same exact thing that y'all doing.
Right.
Oh, it's gonna be
exactly, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be that. It's the same thing they got going on now. We wasn't in no wars. Gas was cheap. Groceries was cheap. The border was secure. Now everything is going wrong.
Right. It's just like I try to tell people, man, look at here. Everybody's always on this, and I want y'all to get off of this tax the rich to death, okay?
Because how do you miss a free target? Well, the thing about it is, you got to think about it like this. They already said people that was in the crowd saw the guy going up on the building with the gun. They was pointing him out and making noise and all that. He had to get up there and rush the shot.
Exactly.
Had they not saw him, he would be dead. Oh, he definitely would have been about.
He's a military guy. Who's to say he's the military guy who's a sharpshooter any damn way?
Yeah, but they said they already was trying to. That people in the crowd saw him
going up there. It was a police that went up the ladder. This is just coming in. It was a police that went up the ladder, seen the shooter pointing his gun at him. He backed back down the ladder. I don't know what's on his radio, and then the shots rang out.
Yeah.
Okay. He had to rush that
rushed
shot.
the shot.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, somebody can miss. They can miss right there. Trust me. They can definitely miss when they rush. If he had time to just sit up there and do that, I would have said, yeah, he couldn't miss with a scope.
Me and Art watched about 3 videos before this show started, and there were people that was aware that somebody was on a building with a rifle before the shots went off.
Right.
And they knew that he was up there. So he had to, hurry up.
Exactly. He knew that they knew he was up there because they was pointing to him, pointing to the FBI, pointing to the Secret Service, trying to get their attention. I wish we would have put that video up here.
Had he been up there and nobody saw him, and he was just up there to take his time and do what he came up there to do,
right,
he would have been out of here.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to say that one was staged.
Exactly. That joker, them people was seeing him. They was pointing him out. They was doing everything. The police went up. It was a regular police officer from that city. He went up there. The man pointed the gun around at him. He come back down the ladder, and that's when the shots rang out. Yeah. So the man had to rush his shot to try to get off what he was getting off. That's another thing. That's a whole nother thing. See, y'all ain't going to see this kind of information. Why you ain't gonna see this kind of information? Because you don't watch the right thing. That's the whole thing.
Everything was much easier, honestly.
Yeah, it was much easier. We definitely
can't hold it.
And it was more entertaining.
It definitely was more entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, this man go over there and ain't go rub shoulders of our enemies, put his hands on them.
Right.
Go put his hands on the enemy.
Well, you get these same people who are saying that it's staged. They're talking about something this is not very nuanced. This is something that you can kind of look at and know that it was more serious than what people were trying to claim it wasn't. But they're easily duped by the most nonsensical nonsense they will try to believe. They're full of like the people who talk and act like they're so aghast about what Trump is going through in terms of the judicial system when they got 3, 4, or 5 relatives locked the hell up trying to get them the hell out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
For real things.
Hypocrite.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about.
I think when you come to the realization that you're being a hypocrite, everybody want to be rich. For the life of me, I don't understand this. everybody wants to be rich, but you want to take money from the richest people in the world. If the more money that the richest people in the world have, the more opportunity it creates for everybody else. Absolutely. Think about how many truck drivers out here, and the owners of the truck driving company is rich white folks. They ain't never stopped buying tractor trailers. They ain't never stopped insuring the workers. They ain't never stopped doing all this stuff. But when you got the Democratic Party that trick us, all they do is continue to take tax money for you and send it everywhere else but here.
Exactly. Why are you getting all this? Want them to pay more taxes so you can send it to Ukraine?
That's it.
Yeah, so you can bring in illegals and give it on them. You definitely ain't spending it right here.
That don't make no sense to me. You ain't doing nothing but eliminate. First of all, you're doing two things. First of all, you eliminating your opportunity to get rich without even knowing it. And then the second thing you're doing, okay, you eliminating your opportunity to get rich, and then you eliminate your opportunity to get rich, and then you sitting up here, and then you're not getting nothing out of the deal.
No, yeah, you is. You're getting high prices on everything.
Yeah, because everything's going up.
Everything is gonna go up. You get something out of the deal and don't even know it. I don't know how you can think backwards like that. Because the media got you thinking backwards. Go look at the media. Watch them tell you that the rich need to pay their fair share. Go look at Obama, who's rich, and watch him tell you, oh, the rich need to pay their fair share. Really?
Yeah, Obama came in with like $2 million net worth, but look at him now.
This guy's like you can't everything go up, like you said.
Yeah, you missed that fact that they don't pay for nothing no way. They're gonna just put their goods and stuff and raise the price, and here you is coming out of your pocket talking about tax the rich. Don't get stupid, man. Wake up.
They got rich for a reason. They're smart enough to be rich.
Yeah.
They got rich for a reason. They're smart enough to be rich. You look at a lot of black folks complain all the time. Look, in 2024, black folks were projected to spend $1.8 trillion of buying power. That's exactly what they have. The majority of them aren't doing anything but spending money pretty much outside of the black community, which only the dollar stays in for like 6 minutes out of a freaking 24-hour day. 6 minutes is which a dollar stays in the black community, lower than any other ethnicity in this country. But black folks are still the second fastest growing group of millionaires in this country, now responsible for 8% of the existing millionaires in this country. Still complaining. Second most millionaires, fastest growing millionaires in the country, still complaining. But the ones who are complaining are the ones who aren't doing a damn thing anyway.
Yeah, that's the one that complain. Let's address this. Let's not act like nothing has ever been staged before. There's merit to question it. Well, it's merit to question everything. It was merit to question the COVID, but I bet you probably went down there and took the shot. That was merit to question that, and you didn't want to question it. You probably was one of the ones that didn't want to question COVID and went and stuck that mess in your arm. I'm talking about it was merit.
It's a nonsensical statement to begin with. He just said something instead of saying nothing at all. He doesn't have really nothing to say. When you say something like that, that's idiotic. Because you have merit. If you wanted to put it that way, you could come up with an elephant hanging by a daisy by its tail and say there's merit to that. You can just make anything up and just say exactly what this guy just said.
That's what I'm talking about. But then on the vital things, you say nothing, like you addressed before. On COVID, when it was a lot of merit to say something, you were looking the other way. Give me it, put the thing in me. I mean, just as hard as it can go. I mean, and that's crazy. To think like that, and you look for merit in the wrong place.
Stuff. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. That's terrible. You don't get nothing out the thing. Yeah, you get nothing out of the deal. Everything that's been staged, you want to see something that had merit to be staged? What about 2 impeachments, a bunch of bogus trials, a Russia hoax, and all of that stuff? All that stuff has been debunked right now.
Edited nonsense as well, whether it was a Charlottesville nonsense or whether he told people to peacefully protest and they keep the peacefully part out and just keep the protest in. That's exactly what we're dealing with.
Right. Well, I don't think anybody should be taxed either. Not when you can just make money.
I thought the fair tax would have been the best tax system we could have had. At least the fair tax gives the power to the people, but that would never happen because you would not have any real reason to vote for these politicians.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't have no trust that the people will do the right thing with it, Trent. I don't have the belief that the people will do the right thing with it. I think they'll let somebody come on the news to tell them what they think is
the point is the fair tax. The premise of the fair tax is to have an embedded sales tax. An embedded tax. So when people buy, that's the money that comes. you know what? If you don't like what the government's doing, you boycott buying things, and they don't get their money. That's
I can agree with that. Only taxes on things is getting bought.
That means everyone becomes a
Absolutely.
taxpayer, including the drug dealer.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to speak on everything in order to have an opinion. And we value your opinion. And opinions are good. Everybody got one. But I'm talking about to bring merit to something. You got to be looking at a lot of different things. You can't bring merit to one thing, especially when it affects you directly. I ain't seen no many people go blind to the doggone, go straight blind to the slaughter without even looking around. Just like sheep being led to the slaughter, and you ain't even paying no attention. I'm going this way. That's all they're doing. Just like you blind and going straight ahead. Yep. Yeah. Speak on that. That's what you speak on, and it's directing you effectively.
Put a real thought together. Put a well thought out thought together. Just don't throw things out in the ether and hope that it sticks, regardless of how nonsensical it sounds.
Yeah, like you said, quit regurgitating everything you hear.
Yeah,
you will argue with somebody else, say it like it's a valid point, and not knowing that these people are misinforming you on purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like I just told you, they keep talking about Project 25, but they ain't saying nothing about Agenda 47.
Exactly. So what are you supposed to do? Let's ask this question to them. So they keep talking about Project 2025, and you never heard nothing about Agenda 47. What should be your next move, Trav?
Next move about what? Trying to find out about Agenda 47.
Absolutely. That's the same thing. Nobody look at that.
That's the same thing me and Art did whenever he came out with the platinum plan. We read it. We broke it down for everybody.
And it's that simple. We have an embarrassment of information in today's information age, and people are too lazy to find out, but they will hear something that at least they can agree with, regardless of how wrong it is, and they'll be more than happy to fervently debate somebody on something they know nothing about. They know the headline, but don't know anything about the fine print. That's exactly the kind of environment we have right now. People just saying things because someone else told them to say it. They're not going to read to find out the depths of what's being said so that they can have a real tangible argument. They just want to go by what they've always done, things that make them feel comfortable, regardless of how dangerous it can be.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's got to happen. When somebody tell you about Project 2025 and you know nothing about Agenda 47, once you hear about Agenda 47, your next step shouldn't be to say, 2025 is no good. You ought to go read 47. I mean, that should be the next step. If me and Blow tell you, hey, there's something wrong with this thing right here, the least you should do is go check it out.
Yeah, but you're going to let Whoopi Goldberg tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
And what she's saying is the truth.
Yeah.
And what she's saying is the truth.
And Joy Behar and them, then you going to go and hold that as true. Well, Blow and Art don't know nothing about what they talking about, and you ain't even checked it out. Whoopi Goldberg and them is going along with the narrative. You didn't know that? You ought to look at the counter narrative sometime.
Do you listen to Whoopi Goldberg? Do you hear what comes out of her mouth?
Exactly. I told somebody that the rich getting richer create opportunity. They asked me for who. I took that as they were saying that for everybody except for black people. I said, well, for me, I started at the bottom of my company. Now I'm the boss man. Oh, I ain't talking about you. I thought you was talking about people of color. Oh, I'm talking about the people under you. You talking about the people that make my job hard because I can't get them to do their job at the same level that I did mine on. Exactly. You got people that go to work every day that's swearing down the rich don't need to get richer because ain't no opportunity for them, but they doing the bare minimum at work.
Exactly.
Your boss man can't even get nothing out of you.
Not what's true. Absolutely. People like what sounds good and not what's true. Well, it fits their agenda, like Trav was saying. It fits what they want to hear.
A lot of times it don't even fit their agenda. You will sit up there and say, Blow, you need to lose your job if you don't get the thing in your body. You don't have my body, my choice in this issue, but you'll turn right around and don't even have a baby in your stomach and say, oh, they want to stop abortion.
Yeah.
You talking about my body, my choice?
Right.
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It's a joke. Come on.
Yeah, it's a joke.
So you want my body, my choice, but you don't want me to have my body, my choice.
Right. That's only for them. And and for what the media tell them who needs to have it.
And needs coming from the same people. Buying up there and say, oh, they trying to stop my body, my choice. But you will say anybody that don't want to comply will lose their jobs.
Yeah. Biden said the same thing. Then he come back and say, oh, you trying to stop women's rights. But you just stopped everybody's rights. Man, come on, man. If you can't see the hypocrisy in that,
that's what it is. It's the Hippocratic Party. That's what it is.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is. All they do is be hypocrites, man. That's it. Yeah. They do everything. They don't want prayer in school. They set up a Trans Visibility Day. Man,
Yeah.
Easter?
On Easter. On Easter. That's blasphemy, bro.
Hey, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. You right. Yesterday was staged. It was staged by God.
Yeah, absolutely.
God staged that.
Yeah, absolutely.
God staged that.
Yeah.
That's the only person that could have staged that.
Yeah.
Because had that man been laid out, you'd have been a way worse predicament than you would have ever been.
Look, they're saying it's staged only because they heard someone else say it was staged. I doubt you're going to get an original idea from just some layman person who just wants to watch this or just gets the news. They know that their feelings have been hurt by Trump and for some reason or another, even if they're black and they're supposed to have benefited more than any other black generation in their lifetime, but they just want to be on the bandwagon of anyone else who says the nonsense. The first person that says the stage, if they have enough respect or want to hear the right thing, they'll go along with it. They don't believe that crap. You have a bunch of sheep that don't want to admit that they're sheep.
And I agree with what you said right here. And the main thing that made me agree with this is because me and Art was talking about this too. When COVID came about, everybody was thinking about everything but God.
Absolutely.
They had their faith in everything but God.
They were trusting everybody but God. We mentioned that on the show.
And I kept coming on here telling them, where's everybody faith in God? Y'all believing in the dang old thing, but y'all ain't believing in God.
Yeah,
I believe that if I catch it and I die from it, it was meant to be. It was written.
Absolutely.
That was it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm telling you, man, that was crazy in and of itself. But I mean, you know, we go on, we understand. I do appreciate a lot of blacks waking up. Finally. I do. It's a lot of them waking up out here right now. I get that, and I really appreciate that. I personally believe that more of our women got to wake up because those are the ones that are really entrenched. Why are they entrenched? Because they've been always looking for getting something free from the government. Exactly. That's why they're entrenched. They always have been able to go back and get something for the government. The men out here, black men especially, they know that the government ain't never gave them anything. Ain't tried to give them nothing. Ain't tried to do nothing but lock them up and put them in prison. Okay, ain't never did that. But the women, they took for themselves and they put them up in places and gave them food stamps and gave them welfare. And that's what the women, that's why most of the women stay steadfast with where they at. They think they're going to still get something. Yeah. But I'm here to tell you, they've been holding you back.
We just got to stop being hypocrites. I mean, we got somebody in the comments. I know that man, ex-military. I know him. He ex-military. You in here, you against Trump. This man, y'all, they done brought all these people in, giving all these people benefits, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people that you was in active duty with who are on the street.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't got nowhere to stay, ain't got no benefits, no money, can't get nothing. And you sitting up there speaking against the only person trying to help.
Exactly. That's crazy.
It's something to do. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, well, we gonna get there one day. When we get there, boy, we gonna have to have better security than Trump. Good God Almighty, boy, good God Almighty, we need better security than Trump got. I know that.
Yeah, exactly, man. Because they don't want you to know the truth. You can get on here and tell lies all day long. You tell the truth, they'll try to shut you down.
That's it.
Yeah,
you can't really post on YouTube. You can't really post on social media. YouTube, if you put the wrong thing down, they won't even show your responses. They won't show anything that you put down on YouTube if you wrote it out. And it's something that I guess a trigger word in there.
We can't see nothing on our page.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you telling us this, but this is our reality.
Yeah,
every time me and Art go, man, I done got about we done tried to switch over to our Time to Tell the Truth page on YouTube for probably about a month now. Yeah. I done got a letter every week.
Yeah,
they don't do it on a first day basis.
They watch. They got people that watch Time to Tell the Truth.
Sure do. I watch it all the time.
There's people that work for YouTube that watch Time to Tell the Truth.
Right. Exactly.
Do you have a page? Do you have a page or a group? Because now they've gotten to a point where you can't have anything that's televised inside your page. I mean, until your group, you have to have a page in order to be.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we can't. So basically, what we do now is,
we share the link.
Yeah, we just share the link.
That's ridiculous, but that's what they're doing. They claim they're doing it because of the election coming up, and they want to make sure that things are fair. You're not making sure things are fair.
No, you don't see no Trump ads on YouTube.
Yeah,
you don't see nothing, man. Only thing you see is Biden.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's crazy. Yeah, this thing is crazy.
You see some commercials with Obama every now and then. We try to beg for money.
They won't let Kodak release the newest song because he's talking about the government. Absolutely.
Yeah, they got the censor. They got a censor on everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. They got censors. We losing our freedom of speech. They're trying to take our Second Amendment. They're trying to take our gun. They're trying to take everything, man. These people are terrible that we got in office, and you just sit there and you act like it's okay for them to stop people from saying what they got to say on social media. What's good about that? Yeah, I mean, what's good about that? And you swear Trump gonna take you back to slavery. I heard somebody say, "Oh, Trump gonna get in, and we're gonna be just you in slavery time right now." What can you do? You can't post what you want.
He's already been in office, man. For these people who want to use these regurgitated talking points, they know he's been in office already. And everything they said beforehand, I was at the inauguration. I went to 2 of his rallies. I got an invite to that inauguration. And you hear these people that were saying all this nonsense when we were going back to the car. These idiots decide they want to throw a brick through the Bank of America down there because they were upset that he had won or upset that he was being inaugurated. It didn't change anything. He still didn't get anybody in any wars. He still didn't do all of these things they claimed he was going to do.
Exactly.
They was using Hitler's name. They used everything derogatory to claim what he was going to do. He did nothing, didn't create any new wars for the first time since Jimmy Carter. The economy was robust. Black folks in particular, minorities in particular, for that matter, you know, Hispanics and Latino blacks, all doing well economically, and most doing well, put it that way, economically. The unemployment rate was down. Man, there was no way he was going to lose to Joe Biden, but then mysteriously COVID comes out of the mix, and this is what disrupted what he had as a great economy. And now Joe Biden, all those people who lost their jobs are kind of sort of coming back to those jobs. He's counting those as new jobs that he created. Are you kidding?
Yeah, he counted that as jobs he created, and the only reason they're coming back, the Supreme Court ruled against them, told them get them people their jobs back. That's what happened. That's why they're coming back. And then you say, "Well, I created all these jobs." You ain't created nothing. You created the same jobs you knocked people off of. That's what you did, and they came back to the same job. And you want to use those numbers, and then they're gonna say, "Well, Biden done did a good job, and nobody can really name it." Oh, they'll start naming what was it? The Bidenomics. Oh, he passed the Bidenomics wasn't nothing. Oh, he passed a big infrastructure package. Yeah, where did all that money go? These roads out here look just as bad as they did before all that money.
He also got rid of the Keystone Pipeline.
Yeah, all this stuff they did with electric buses. All that money went to electric chargers, and you put up 7? You put up 7 chargers out of all that money. Now, all those electric buses they bought, the company is out of business. They never want them running. Hey, man, that money is gone, though. The money is gone. Man, y'all gotta start doing some homework out here, man.
We're not energy independent, which we used to be energy independent. All the fossil fuels in the U.S., we can have at least 100 years of going and digging for fossil fuels and just be self-sufficient and being able to export, making more money for the country. Remember when Trump was there, trillions of dollars was repatriated back to the United States. That helped with the economy. But no, people who don't want to know, don't know.
Don't know. I mean, man, y'all ought to look into some of this stuff. All that money went to those buses sitting out of business. Trillions of millions and billions of dollars going to all of this different stuff, and you ain't got nothing. You got 7 charges that they got out of all the millions of dollars that went for infrastructure of the charges for electric cars, and they built 7. They built 7. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Not to mention all those electric buses Kamala Harris was talking about, the school buses and all those buses. Ain't never one of them running.
And you want to tax the rich so they can take the money and send it to Ukraine.
Yeah.
And then all the rich people that they tax just raise the product on everything you buy.
Where's that money? Where's that money going? It's not going towards education because you can look
it's not going towards homelessness. Security. None of that. They're not securing the border or nothing. I don't get it. You tax the rich, you send in everybody else is up for here, and then everything go up for us.
Yeah, if nothing else alone, you ought to see that we sending money out and not getting none in, and you're stepping over top of the people that stand on the ground to put people in hotels for $700 a night.
Yep.
I mean, come on, man. Get us food stamps, welfare, everything, money cards, all of this, and you looking crazy.
They're stepping over people on the ground to give everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, excuse me, sir. Let me step over you to get this money to them. You done paid taxes all through the day. Excuse me, sir. Let me get over here. I need to get this money over here. Yeah, man. Oh man, that's crazy.
Like to step on shit, and that's why they don't want Trump in office, because Trump is actually trying to make America great again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you got the people on the other side that say, "Oh, that means he talking about back in slavery."
Yeah.
Know what he's talking about.
Well, that's called the media in it.
Again, willful ignorance.
Yeah, willful ignorance, because they know the media just spent that.
But you know what?
Yeah.
But they'll subscribe to that change we can believe in nonsense, and they didn't even have change left in their pocket when he left.
Yeah, absolutely. You had nothing. Now this country, man, this country in the worst shape it's ever been in since I've been alive.
Yep.
Yeah, it's in the worst shape I've ever seen it. Doing unthinkable stuff, man. Y'all, they put stuff in schools you would never allow in those schools.
But too divided how? Too divided because someone wants to do something correct that benefits everyone, or someone wants to do something wrong that doesn't benefit anyone, so it ruffles the feather of people really working.
For the life of me, I don't know how black people don't understand that more money circulating
by choice.
Mm-hmm.
By
that
choice.
just don't make sense. You can't tell me that more money on the streets is bad.
Yeah.
You let somebody tell you more money on the streets is bad, and you like, yeah, you're right. More money on the streets is bad.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
No, they'd rather more money on the streets coming from the family. That's why we have
I'm
this
paying
inflation.
the same amount of taxes as somebody that's rich. So you telling me if somebody made $2 billion last month and they had to pay $400 million in taxes, if you had to pay that, you would never see no money no more for the rest of your life. None of us.
No.
Those wealthy people are paying over 50% of the tax
Exactly.
every year.
Yeah.
Over 50%. So when you just look at it this way.
If you had a D in math, you know that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you had a D.
You had a D in math. You had a D in math. You had a D in math. You know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, look at the deal. You can have someone who has a job like McDonald's and they have three kids, probably should have a job at McDonald's and have 3 kids. But either way, they get earned income credit. They probably paid $1,000 or $2,000 in income tax, but they're getting $10,000 back. Is that legitimate? Is that good? No, that's not good. That's not economically sound. That's part of the reason why we're $34 trillion plus in debt.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy, man.
When you pay $2,000 in tax and you're getting a return back of $10,000, something's freaking wrong.
Well, I tell you what, let's answer that question on the bottom and we'll get out of here. I would love to know, when was it great? Well, I can tell you what, it might not have been great, but it was better than this. You know, when black people had families sticking together and they was with their families, when they had Black Wall Street back there, when they had all this stuff going for them, when the daddy was in the home, that's when it was great, okay? You ain't got none of that now. When black people wasn't shooting up each other on every corner, okay, right now, like they did in Chicago on July 4th weekend, where 100 people were shot, something like that. I mean, that's when it was better than it is now, okay? Now, if we could just make it back like that, it would be better than now. People like you who ask always when was something great haven't lived probably long enough to understand it was better than this.
He got it from someone else. He didn't come up. That's not an original idea or an original question. You hear that same nonsense all the time from the same kind of people, the willfully ignorant. They say these things because they heard another ignorant person say it, so they throw it out there. It's just like they're saying black folks can't be racist. They heard it from somewhere else or a damn movie. That's why they're saying it. Not because it's true, not because they believe it. They heard it and it sounds good to them. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Me and Art gonna continue to bring you more episodes just like this, between what I say, what Art say, what Trav said, what's in the comments. The truth is in there somewhere.
Right, but it's one thing for certain.
It's 2 things for sure.
We're gonna tell the truth.
Because it's time.
It's time to tell the truth. Peace out. We grab everybody for joining in tonight, man. Share your thoughts. Call in. You can come on the show and give your set. If you think you got a set that a viable point of view, okay, bring it, lay it out.
And anybody that's still in the queue, share this video, put it on your timeline, talk about us, man. Put us out there. We trying to make this thing big. We want to be on the national TV.
Yeah. We want to bring the truth all the time, especially to our people.
Yep.
Peace out. Appreciate you, Trav, for coming in, man.
All right.